Hello, and thank you for watching. I'm Clive Aldrich, a Power Platform Solution Architect from the beautiful Auckland, New Zealand. Today I'm going to share with you a simple solution on how to create a custom connector that uses C# code to remove special characters from a string. To get all of the information you need, please visit my blog. From here, I've given links to the Microsoft documentation and a link to my GitHub where I've provided the required code. Now, removing special characters can be a common requirement. In my example, I have a Power Automate where I'd like to create folders in SharePoint. However, SharePoint folders have some restrictions on the special characters. In Power Automate, the usual tools could be leveraged, like large nested expressions with a bunch of replace functions, or a for each loop, which would consume a lot of actions and not be the most scalable. My alternative approach uses some very simple code that can be added with no coding experience. So you can see here I've got an example flow where I'm creating a folder and I'm trying to create the folder with this path. And SharePoint throws an exception saying the file or folder name contains characters that are not permitted. To get started, I go to the Maker portal and go Custom Connectors. If you don't see it, click three dots to go to More and then Discover All, and then you can pin it like I have. I'm going to create a new custom connector, and I'm going to create it from blank. I'll give it a name, remove special characters. On the first page, I've got the option to add an icon and provide a URL. I'll just put home. Then I go next through to security. With this custom connector, I don't need any authentication. So I'll skip through to definition. Now in the definition page, I need to start by adding an action. I'll go new action and give a summary. It'll be called remove special characters. I'll give it an operation ID. Now I'll get this from my GitHub. In the code, I specify the operation ID I'm expecting for it to execute. I copy it from here. It's remove special characters, one word. Now the first thing I need to provide is a request. And for this request, I'm going to select post. I'll put in home as the URL because there is no URL. And in my GitHub, I've provided an example for the request. So it's a JSON object, two properties, special characters and text. And by me providing the sample, it creates the parameters for my Power Automate action. Next, I'll do the response. Same again, import from sample. And the sample I've provided is available in GitHub. My code returns one response, and it's the parameter sanitized text. Put in my sample and import it. You can see there sanitized text. Now I'll go through to AI plugin. I'll skip that, go straight through to code. Now I want code enabled. I toggle here. I select my operation from the dropdown, remove special characters. And now I need to replace the code in here with the code from my GitHub. Here's the code. I just need the bit of the class from within the namespace, so the script class. I copy all of that. I'll put that in my custom connector, replace everything. And now I'll create the connector. It'll take a few seconds to save. Cool, that's saved. Now I'll go next through to test. At this point, I need a connection. So I'll select new connection. That'll create one for me. Now I just want to go back to my custom connector. I'll go open it and edit so I can test it. Go to the test tab. See, it's selected my connection. Now you can see, based on that JSON I provided, it's got two input parameters, special characters. I'll give it the characters I want to remove. Text, a basic sentence from my sample, and I can go test operation. Everything going well. I'll get a 200 response, and you can see the body of my response contains the sanitized text, which is my input text minus the special characters that I've removed. Great. Now I can test this out in my Power Automate. So I go back to my Power Automate. I'll go edit. When I go add, action, and custom, I should see my remove special characters, custom connector, and my operation. Now I'll provide the special characters from before. And my text is going to be my file name. And when I go create new folder, instead of passing the file name directly, I'll pass the sanitized text from my custom action. Now you can see, because I've provided that sample response to the custom connector, that it's picked up that the body of the response has a parameter in the JSON that is sanitized text. And so it's given me a token that I can use. I'll save this. And what I'll do is I'll just refresh and select run from here so that it creates a new connection for me. Make sure it's connected. Yes. I go continue. Run flow. Now I can open my flow run. And you can see my flows run, my custom connectors run, my folder input with the text has been sanitized, and creating the folder in SharePoint has succeeded. Thank you for watching. See you next time.